I want to go over some comments that we got on yesterday's video. Two people are asking, aren't you going to reply to Lois and Jessa? There's nothing to reply to. This is not a sitcom where I make a video, they reply, I reply back, they reply. I stated my opinion. I'm entitled to my own opinion. And in the video I said, that's the way I see it. I may be wrong. Let me know what you think. That's my opinion. I do not know why Jessa and Louis, they got furious. Louis started name calling. I never called anybody any names. I never used any profanity against anyone. It's an opinion that I shared, and I'm entitled to my own opinion. My opinion may differ from yours. You do not have to get furious. You may disagree with your brother, with your sister. You may have a different opinion than your mother, your father, your uncle, or whoever the case may be. If they do not agree with you, or they have a different opinion, you do not go on the offensive. You do not fight them. You do not curse at them. You do not use profanity. You do not call them names. And that's exactly what Louis did. Because my opinion differs than his, he went on the offensive. So people should learn how to work together. Even if we share different opinions, that's okay. So how many masks have you given out? I'm not in the business of making masks. I do not know how to make masks. I do not have the capability of making masks. Zero masks. I have not given out any masks. But if I had masks, or I had a way to give out masks without any hesitation, all of them will be given out absolutely no charge. It's not about how much money she is making selling the masks. That's not the point. A pharmacy, for example, has the right to sell masks because that's their business. They were selling masks before the pandemic. They're going to be selling masks during the pandemic and after the pandemic. And they have the right to raise the price also. That's their business. But I repair electronics. Pandemic comes. I see an opportunity. I started to create a product that will sell during the pandemic. That's what I see as being wrong. If I say to myself, I want to do good, I do good and I give it out for free. I do not go to a homeless person with food and I tell him, this is for you, but just pay me cost. I'm not going to charge you $10. I'm just going to charge you cost. You can have it, but give me cost. No, if I want to do good, I give the whole plate to the homeless person and I do not charge him any money. That's if you have the intention of doing good. What about the people who are working, creating the masks? They're going to be working for free? Well, if they want to do good, they work for free. But if they do not want to work for free, you pay them from your own pocket because your intention is to do good. So you pay them from your own pocket and you give out the stuff for free. What have you done? The good that I do is between me and my creator. I do not brag about the good that I've done. I do not go and tell you, look at me. I've done so much. I have given so much. I have helped so much. It's between me and my creator and nothing to be shared with the public. So I hope everybody understands this. Are you doing repairs for free during the pandemic? Of course not, because it's my business. I charge customers for repair before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and after, because that's my business. That's what I do. But if the pandemic came and I saw an opportunity and I started to create a product that will sell during the pandemic, that's what I disagree about. Okay, so I just want to mention that Big Boss is back after a week off, but we're still wearing masks in case. We do not want to spread anything. I do not want to give anything to him or him giving anything to me. We have 3 locals that brought in Xboxes, and it looks like we are getting a lot of Xboxes because everyone is home. These are 2 here, and Big Boss is working on 1. I'm currently working on the iPad Air. This is the 2017 model with the fingerprint home button. Replaced the screen on it. This is usually Big Boss's job, but I just want to help out so we can fix as much stuff as we can. Okay, so Big Boss removed the motherboard for the Xbox One X. We're gonna inspect the HDMI port. A lot of you are inquiring if we can do videos on the laptops that we have. I record whatever I'm doing, whether it's a laptop, Xbox, or whatever the case may be. And look at this. The problem is the HDMI port. Let's go ahead and change it. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do to remove the port is we're gonna apply low melt solder so we can lower the melting temperature of all the pins and joints. If we do not apply low melt solder, then it will take a lot of heat to remove that HDMI port. And we're gonna expose the board to unnecessary heat. Let's apply low melt solder. Very nice. We're gonna flip the board and apply low melt solder on to the legs. We're gonna do the same thing here. Okay, so let's apply hot air. Just a little bit of hot air, and we should be able to look at this. Look at this, it's already out. I barely applied any hot air. Connector is out, and that's the beauty of low melt solder. And I keep mentioning low melt solder because it's amazing. The new connector is in. Right now, if we flip the board and we do not solder some of the front pins, then the connector is gonna fall right off. Okay, so we're gonna press and hold the connector down. Okay, we're gonna clean up the solder later, but we just wanna hold it down in place. Okay. That's good enough. Flip the board. Very nice. And everything is good from this side. Very nice. Look at the joints, nice and shiny. Now we go back to the front. Add some flux. Okay, so we are done. Just clean up and give it to Big Boss to assemble it and test. Let's go ahead and test, make sure all the pins are solid. Then I also want to take a look inside, make sure nothing is shorting out and everything is perfect. Very nice. All the pins are super solid. Okay, that's it. And Big Boss to the rescue. Now here we have a situation. We have a customer that mailed in this board. It's for a Lenovo Yoga, and he said that the home button is broken. Not the home button, the power button is broken. But the problem is I cannot find a similar power button to solder it on. So he wants the board fixed, because if he buys a board, it's about $480. Let's take a look at how the area looks like. This is a tactile switch, power switch that you press in. And it looks like it has 5 solder joints. Okay, these two are together. These two are together. This and this no. This one and this one no. This one no. So these 3 are together, and these 2 are together. So we basically have to touch this with this in order for the motherboard to turn on. And we need some type of switch. I mean, I can easily run wires. Customer can touch the wires and turn the laptop on, but that's not an efficient way of doing it. I asked Big Boss to look through all the motherboards that we have here. We have a lot of them, and he was not able to find a single board that has a switch that we can use. So we have a bag filled with old phones. I told them to look at S3 phones, S4 phones, S5, and see if there's a switch that we can use. Big Boss is testing the Xbox. Let's see what's going on. It should work, unless there's something else wrong with the console. And yes, it's working. Awesome. Okay, we have a problem. Big Boss said the Xbox did work, but it's working at 480p. 480p, it's gonna show that much out of the whole screen. So resolution, there's something going on with the resolution. HDMI port is soldered on properly, but there could be something else wrong with the Xbox that's causing it to not switch to 1080p or HD. I mean, let's test the pins one more time. Pins, they look good. And if we test the two ICs that we see here, this chip is nothing but a series of filters. So we should have a continuous path. Okay, so these are good. What I'm going to do is replace the retimer chip. We do not know if that will fix the problem or not. Retimer chip is known to cause resolution issues, but the problem may not be coming from the retimer chip. I do not know. 480p resolution is way too low. Let's go ahead and remove the retimer chip and replace it. In one of the comments, a viewer was asking if the retimer chip is the same for the Xbox One X and the One S. No, it's a different chip. You cannot use the One X on the One S, and you cannot use the One S on the One X. That blob is spiking up. So let me just flatten it. مثل ذاته.
طيب لا عليه على HDMI ركبته امتى شيء بهالموضوع؟
Big Boss just left. I told Big Boss before he left, let's try it on our 4K monitor, and guess what? It worked. So the problem is our monitor. There's something going on. It's not communicating properly with the console, and the console is displaying the lowest resolution because it cannot communicate with the monitor, and that was the problem. So replacing the retimer chip was not needed. We did it anyway, and that's it. I was so happy that Big Boss came in today, and I thought that we can finish maybe half of those boxes that we have down on the floor, but guess what? All we did was work on devices that came in today from locals. So we're gonna go back at it tomorrow, and hopefully we can start finishing the old stuff that we have here. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.